Welcome on board, everybody. We finally have the Backcove 340 all dialed in, out of the shop and in the water, and we are in the home stretch of getting it ready for delivery down to Boston. So I'm going to give you guys the final walk-through tour of this Raymarine Backcove 340 build. We're going to start at the top, we're going to work our way to the bottom, showing you all the cool tech, and then we're going to get off the dock. We're going to show you some more stuff about the virtual reality on here, the low light, the light show, all that good stuff. So without further ado, guys, let's get to it. As we look over here on the hardtop, we have a pair of the Lumatech Razor lights. Now those are our floodlights. Those floodlights are going to really light up the front of the boat. Real nice wide beam on there, so we're able to see everything that's going on as we're coming in and out of the harbor. And then we make our way back here to our antenna farm. We have our Optimus C station antenna. That's gonna be for our joystick, for our heading hold, position hold, all those kind of things. Our virtual reality antenna. We have our GPS antenna. We have another GPS antenna, and that one is for the AIS. We have our Yacht Sense link communication antenna. Then we make our way back to the Raymarine Quantum 2 radar, capped off with the Flir M300 camera. All of that mounted on the upgraded Sea View mast. So we've got all of that stuff going on up here. Now we're going to make our way to the back here, and I'm going to start talking about some of the other cool stuff that we've got going on the cockpit of this boat. Like we've talked about now before on this has an incredible JL audio package on it, and that starts back here with the pair of the JL M677 speakers. Now these speakers, along with all the other JL speakers, are all backlit and being driven by the Lumashore Luma link. Speaking of the Lumashore, let's start at the back. We're going to make our way forward here. You're going to take a look down there, and we can kind of already start to see the glow of the trio of SMX 153 underwater lights. Now we're also talking lights. If you look behind me here, right there and right there, we have a pair of the Lumashore RGB Spreader lights. Now these guys right here, these are the 4-inch guys. It's a nice small package. They're fully color tunable, so you don't just have red, white, and blue on them. We have all the colors. We can make them real bright, real dim. We can do whatever we want and really light up this cockpit area. Now maybe you don't want it that bright in the cockpit. Well, we made custom courtesy lights. We took the factory courtesy lighting, blew it apart, and put the Lumashore guts into those lights. So if you look here all the way around, you can start to see all of those lights. So we've got all of those, and those have all been upgraded. And if we take a peek into here, now you can also see all of the downlights have been upgraded to the Lumashore downlight 50s. So those are all done, and if we look up here, you actually see this forward 2 right there. That's a separate zone. So now we can make those a zone up there. They can be turned on and off separately. So if you just want a dull, dim red light when you're coming in, you don't want all these other lights on, we give you that functionality with the Lumashore lighting. We have more of our JL package here. As you can see, we've got another 7-inch M6. Then there's another 7-inch M6 right there. And then we've got the M7 12-inch sub right down there. So we've got all of those going on. And then talking about controlling everything, let's go ahead and let's fire up the Raymarine Axiom XL 19-inch display. So while this is firing up, guys, Raymarine has done a really cool, really nice startup splash screen for this. And then we went ahead, after we got some drone shots, we made a really cool startup screen, or home screen rather, for it. So if we take a look here on this, guys, you can kind of see the really nice Backcove screen right here, and all of that looks really nice. We've got our i70 display along with another i70 display, our Optimus joystick controls, our zip wake, our Sleipner bow thruster. We've got our Raymarine VHF right there, along with our Raymarine card reader. We have our Scanstrut Flip Pro right here. Now that's a USB-C and USB-A charging port. So that's a really nice, really slick feature to be able to have on here. So now we've got our charging connectivity. We've got easy access to put in chart cards and memory cards for the MFD as well. So now that the system is fired up, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this display a little bit brighter here for us so we get a little better view of things. And like I mentioned, guys, we've gone ahead and we've got a nice shot of the boat here. So now I'm going to scroll over and I'm going to bring up the Lumashore page. And what I'm going to do by bringing up this Lumashore page, you're going to see how many zones we have actually on here. As you can see, we have all these zones here. I can come in here now and I can turn off the helm lights and the overhead lights. Now we've taken care of that. And we'll also have over here are the scenes, and we have multiple pages rather of scenes. Now, scenes are utilized by the triggers from the Lumashore Luma Link. We have had phenomenal success using Lumashore and the Luma Link with their trigger wires that allows us to integrate into these MFDs and into their digital switching very cleanly and make it really easy to use. With just 4 wires, we're able to create all these different scenes that we can build into the system. So that's why we've been using a lot of that. So if we back out of here and we go into this, you're going to see right here a new image that you probably haven't seen before. It says controls. So we go ahead, we bring controls up, it's going to load up, and here we have a really nice image of the boat. We've got our nav lights. If we turn those on, you see that the nav lights turn on right there. We have our razor light controls, we have our blower controls. We can also drop down and have our bilge pump controls. And if we turn on any one of those bilge pumps, you'll see that they start flashing red to indicate to us, hey, bilge pump's on. So we've got that going there. Then we can come over here. We talked about Lumashore. Well, here's all of those scenes. So now while we are in the switching or in the app, we can do all of these different scenes right there. We also have our Suzuki page right here set up, and now we're able to monitor all of our batteries, take care of all of our engine and know what our fuel is and temps and all that good stuff. So we've got all of that plugged into here. So that's a lot of stuff going on, kind of command and control central. Now, if we want to talk about the heart of it and the Yacht Sense link and the Yacht Sense digital switching, we got to go down there. Now, if this was a traditional Backcove, there'd be a motor in there, but this is an O, so that's an outboard, which means we've got a ton of space down there. So let's go ahead, let's open this hatch, check out everything that's going down in there. And as this sun continues to set here, we're going to get off the dock and show you guys how that Flir M300 camera operates in the low light, and also show you some of this really cool lighting that we've got going on here. So let's go check it out, guys. All right, so on most Backcoves, when we hop down into this space, you would expect to find the inboard engine. But because this is the 340 outboard, we now get a bunch of storage space in this utility area here, which is really nice. And it's allowed us to have a really nice area to lay out all of our electronics and all of our digital switching. So let's go ahead, let's take a quick little peek at the Yacht Sense link and the Yacht Sense digital switching. This is all set up over here. As you can see, we've got all of this nicely labeled. Everything's ready to go. Everything, so we know what is on each channel. So we've got some built-in redundancy there. If we need to turn something on and off, if we lose a display, we can do that right there. Or we can go ahead and pop one of these covers off right here. And you have micro fuses that you can jumper out if something were to trip. So we've got that going on right there. Directly above it, that is our Yacht Sense link. So we've got that all wired in. That's all on the network and playing really nice right there. We've got our amps, and then we've got all of the rest of our fusing and busing and everything going on right there as well. Everything's done up to ABYC code, terminated, and all that fun stuff. So we've got all of that taken care of down here. So the next step is we're going to hop out of here, put the hatch back down. We're going to get off the dock. I'm going to show you guys kind of what the augmented reality is and what does that look like and what does that all entail. We're going to go out. We'll show you guys what this thing looks like with all this really cool Lumashore lighting going on. And then we're also going to show you the Flir M300 camera and what those Lumatech razor lights add to that Flir M300 camera. So let's go ahead, let's get off the dock and show you guys what else is going on in this really awesome build. All right, guys, so check this out. As we make our way out of the harbor, I wanted to show you guys the augmented reality. I mentioned as we were talking about the hardtop up there, we have an AR antenna, and we have the Flir M300 camera. Well, that allows us to now integrate into here. If we look on our screen right here, we can see we have all of our AIS targets, and we can see actually how far away they are and they're lining up exactly with where they should be. Now you see they've gone red, meaning they're a threat. They're within our danger zone. But if you take a look up here, this all lines right up. There's that big boy right there. There's that guy right there. And it's giving us a closing distance as well as we continue on. So even if we pan this camera around, those targets stay with it, and then these new ones will also continue to pop up as well. As we continue to pan around, you'll see that we get additional targets. So it's a feature that's been around for a while. I just don't think it's been shown off enough. That's why I wanted to show you guys this. That is the augmented reality using Raymarine. You have to use their AR sensor, and you have to have a Raymarine camera. Ideally, it's the Flir, because you can do the pan and tilt, so it's not a fixed camera. But it's just one more cool feature that we've got on board this boat. So we're going to go ahead, keep making our way out. It's looking really pretty behind us, so let's see what we can get. Right, so now for the very last part of this 340 build, and that is the Flir M300 camera integration into the Axiom and the Razor light. So as you can see behind me, guys, it's dark. I'm going to turn off the overhead lights here. And you're going to see it's dark, but then we're also going to show you what's going on that screen and what it is we can see. So let's go ahead, let's turn off those lights. You guys can see, right, it's dark. You can see my finger, but that's about it. There we go. If we look on our screen, now we've got a really nice view of everything that's going on. We can start to see the nav lights that are going to pop up right there for our ATON. We can kind of pan over a little bit and we'll start to see mooring balls and things like that also popping up. So it gives us a really nice view of all of that. So now what if I go ahead and I back out of that and I go into our custom screen here with our Yacht Sense, our Flir camera, and our chart. That's going to go ahead and open up here. And now what we're going to be able to do is we have our Flir camera view right there. We have our ability to turn on our Razor lights right there. And then as you see right here, this V that's kind of going out like that, that is actually the view of the camera. So now we overlay that on the chart. It kind of gives us a better idea of what it is we are looking at. So if I go ahead and pop on our Razor lights right there, those are going to go ahead and ramp up. And there we go. Now they're starting to ramp up. Now, guys, look at everything really starting to pop off on this screen. You're getting really nice contrast of things, and everything's really starting to show up really nice. So there we go. That's looking off the side of the boat. Here we go out the side window. I mean, yeah, you can kind of see it, but nowhere near as nice as we can see that right there with this camera. So there it is. Now we turn our floodlights off, and we're back to our normal view. So as I turn on our overhead lights, that's it. That's a wrap on this 340 build. A huge thank you to the team from Backcove for helping out with this one. Raymarine, JL, we got the Yacht Sense on here. We've got the Lumashore lighting on here. We've got everything on this thing, as we've already gone through and shown you guys. The team here at Navtronics stepped up and knocked this thing out of the park. You guys, if you're in the Boston area, you're definitely going to see the boat, and you're probably going to hear the boat. So keep an eye out for it. And maybe you guys are thinking about getting some work done on your boat, maybe not to this level, or maybe you want to do a refit on your boat. Drop us a line, sales@Navtronics, or leave it below in the comments. Love to talk to you, even if it's just stereo lights. Maybe you want to do a nav package, get something up to date, and all that good stuff. Reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you. And you guys know the spiel, but I got to do it anyway. Give us a like, follow, subscribe, share, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, @Navtronics. And stay up to date and in the know with all of our videos and all our cool stuff we've got going on. Till next time, guys. Peace.